This is Tim Lipsey, System Vice President, Environmental Services for Common Spirit Health. I would like to thank you for joining us for the Equip training series. Education and demonstration are key elements of being a professional environmental services technician. We say hello to human kindness by providing a clean, safe environment as we help save lives. It is our contribution to the healing ministry. It's the Common Spirit way.
Our Common Spirit Health Environmental Services vision statement says that we create a highly equipped and highly engaged environmental services team using evidence-based techniques, processes, and mission metrics to ensure we provide a clean and safe environment. We help save lives. We achieve this by following the acronym EQUIP: educate our people, quality service, understanding deliverables, integrity in serving others, pursue excellence. We educate our people to provide quality service delivery by understanding deliverables and serving others with integrity while pursuing excellence. Hello, my name is Rob Tussey, and I would like to welcome you to our video training series. Today we will illustrate occupied inpatient room cleaning. The purpose will be to review all steps necessary to clean and disinfect occupied patient rooms for areas such as ICU, isolation, labor and delivery, postpartum, long-term acute care, med-surg, telemetry patient rooms, and others. Upon performing hand hygiene, knock softly on the patient door. Ask before you enter and get permission to gain access. As you enter the room, always maintain eye contact with the patient. This gives you the opportunity to narrate care. As you address the patient, introduce yourself and narrate the services you will be providing. Points of discussion should include color-coded microfiber for the patient room and restroom, how you will be using an EPA-registered healthcare-grade disinfectant to clean and disinfect the room. This also gives you the opportunity to ask if there's anything they would like for you to focus on while you're performing your job duties. Each time you enter and exit the patient room, it is necessary to perform hand hygiene. Follow standard precautions anytime you are cleaning and disinfecting a healthcare environment. This will include the use of personal protective equipment such as gloves that will protect you from potential pathogens as well as protect you from the chemicals used to clean and disinfect the room. Safety first. Always place a wet floor sign at the door to mark the room in progress. Remove any large debris from the floor and patient care area. Begin consolidating waste. As you maneuver through the room, check items like sharps dispensers and hand sanitizer dispensers. Hand sanitizer should be within the appropriate date range and contain a sufficient amount to provide uninterrupted service to our patient and healthcare providers, including the dispenser working properly and that it has batteries that help it to function if needed. Check trash receptacles throughout the room and consolidate it to the largest container. Always use ergonomic bending and lifting techniques when gathering trash. Hold the trash liner away from your body in order to ensure that you do not expose yourself to potential sharps hazards or blood and body fluid that may have contaminated the trash liner. When removing large bulk liners, always use a single gooseneck knot prior to removing it from the receptacle. Once you have consolidated the trash in the patient room, place it in a covered transportation receptacle that should be located at the entry door of the patient room. Remember, regulated and non-regulated waste streams must be kept separate at all times. Gather any linen that may be scattered throughout the room and consolidate it in the bulk linen hamper. It's now time to clean and disinfect the surfaces in the patient room. While standing at your environmental services cart, obtain 2 blue ultrafine microfiber disinfectant charged wipers. This is another opportunity to interact with your patient, to let them know that you will be using 1 wiper towel in the perimeter of the room and another wiper towel in the patient care area. Remember, all cleaning starts at the door and ends at the door following a clockwise or counterclockwise pathway as you maneuver through the room in order to avoid missing any surfaces. Clean top to bottom, cleanest to dirtiest, starting with the perimeter zone. This will include all surfaces such as doorknobs and high-touch areas of the door that may have been contaminated. Any horizontal surface within reach should be cleaned and disinfected at this time. As you begin to follow a clockwise or counterclockwise pathway through the room, take the opportunity to look for spots on the wall and vertical surfaces. Clean and disinfect all dispensers and receptacles. Clean and disinfect from top to bottom using a unidirectional method. Follow a leading edge technique demonstrating an S-stroke or figure 8 motion. The healthcare grade ultrafine microfiber towel that you will be using offers 8 fresh cleanable sides. As you clean a major surface, simply flip to another side of the towel and maneuver forward in your systematic approach. Some high-touch surfaces, such as grab bars and doorknobs, may need additional agitation. Remember, our goal is to remove pathogens from all high-touch surfaces while cleaning in this perimeter area. Horizontal surfaces, such as countertops and window ledges, are areas where pathogens or dust can easily land. Use unidirectional cleaning techniques while cleaning these surfaces. Direct contact surfaces, such as sofas and chairs, should be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected to remove bioburden. As you encounter each opportunity, clean each surface top to bottom. Continue using the leading edge as you work your way toward the bottom of each surface or piece of furniture. You will encounter many different surface types in a patient room. Some items may be more porous than others, making it more difficult to clean and disinfect. These surfaces may require more aggressive cleaning and scrubbing techniques to remove soil or debris. It is necessary to clean and disinfect horizontal shelves and cabinets as you progress through the perimeter zone. When working in an occupied patient room, the environmental services technician should never open a cabinet door or drawer unless the patient has asked you to do so. We are cleaning their occupied space, and we need to treat ourselves as if we are a guest in their home. Each major surface should be cleaned with a fresh side of the microfiber disinfecting towel. Porous surfaces such as chair arms and seats can harbor dangerous pathogens. Use aggressive cleaning and scrubbing techniques while cleaning these surfaces. As you enter the patient zone, remind the patient you are using a fresh, clean towel to clean in their personal space. It is very important to gain permission before you proceed with any areas such as over bed tables, telephones, patient rails, headboard, and footboard, especially if you have to reposition their belongings during the cleaning process. As you enter into the area the patient's food or personal belongings may touch, it is very important to your patient that these surfaces remain clean. They may include control buttons, remote controls, and bed rails. They too can harbor dangerous pathogens. Take your time to thoroughly disinfect these items and surfaces. Working together with our clinical partners, we help save lives by providing a hygienically clean and safe environment for all of our patients. Did you know that many times healthcare-associated infections don't come from direct patient contact with the surface, but are clinical and healthcare providers' hands touching a surface and then touching the patient at a portal of entry such as a wound? That is why areas such as headboards, footboards, handles, rails, levers, and buttons should be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected while you perform this process. Our job is to break the chain of infection by making sure that all potentially pathogenic reservoirs have been thoroughly disinfected. Remember, we are protecting everyone that enters the room as well as our patient. Taking your time to focus and be very careful while performing up-close cleaning techniques is an important way to protect your patient. While this takes a little bit of extra time, the personal care and compassion that you provide to your patient will be very much appreciated. When cleaning items such as light switches or levers, it is very important to take your time not to turn lights off or on during the room cleaning process. This would disturb your patient. We are there to help provide a safe and healing environment. tops of cabinet doors, pull handles, levers, and fixtures are very important pieces of our disinfection process. Anything protruding from the wall, such as a light switch or electrical plug, should be wiped with disinfectant. Any horizontal surface can be a potential place for dust or pathogens to collect. Sink faucets and fixtures can harbor deadly waterborne pathogens such as Legionella or Pseudomonas. When cleaning a sink, always clean the interior bowl and drain cover last. During the patient room cleaning process, we always clean cleanest to dirtiest. It's now time to clean and disinfect the restroom. Switch to orange microfiber for this process. Use the same EPA-registered healthcare-grade disinfectant to clean the restroom. The microfiber should be submerged into the disinfectant and lightly squeezed with your hand extended below the rim of the red bucket to express the disinfectant from the towel. Our towels should be completely saturated and expressed until there is no dripping. It is very important that we always leave our cart locked and secure when not within eyesight. This is another opportunity for us to narrate care to our patient, letting them know that we will be using an orange microfiber in their restroom. As you prepare your microfiber to clean the restroom, one towel will be for the toilet area while the other will be for the perimeter area. All cleaning starts at the door and ends at the door, following a clockwise or counterclockwise path through the restroom to ensure that we do not miss any surfaces. Each step should be purposeful. Scan walls for spots or splashing. Ensure items such as shower curtains are clean and free from potential contamination such as blood or body fluids. As you maneuver into the shower or tub area, it is very important to clean and disinfect any surface that our patient could potentially touch or come in contact with. Handrails may require additional agitation. Shower chairs and other high-touch objects should be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected from top to bottom using a unidirectional cleaning method. Hoses, handles, and shower wands are especially susceptible to waterborne pathogens and should be considered a high-touch item. A thorough cleaning and disinfection is necessary. All horizontal surfaces in the shower area should be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. Remember, you have a fresh side of the orange microfiber towel for each major surface. This way, you do not redeposit pathogens from one surface to another. Paper towels work best when cleaning your mirror. If your mirror is relatively clean, it may be as simple as putting some water on the mirror and then wiping it clean and streak-free from top to bottom using the unidirectional approach with your paper towel. If the mirror is soiled, glass cleaner may be necessary. Take the time to provide a clean, germ-free restroom for your patient. Your patient may perceive the restroom as being one of the most dirty places in the hospital. It is very important to pay close attention to this area and thoroughly clean and disinfect all surfaces. Our patient's perception should be that their room and restroom has been kept clean at all times. Soap and contaminated liquid may drip underneath the bottom edge of the sink. Take the time to go all the way down from top to bottom. Include the pipes in your cleaning and disinfection process. Once you finish the perimeter, simply place your microfiber towel at the door to be collected when you exit. It is now time to begin with the toilet area. First, start with the toilet bowl. Apply healthcare-grade disinfectant to the toilet bowl brush. Beginning at the top of the rim, clean progressively from the top to the bottom. Thoroughly clean and disinfect the inside of the toilet bowl, removing any stains or buildup inside the bowl. Flush and rinse the toilet bowl brush with clean water before placing it back into your bowl brush caddy. Using the orange microfiber cleaning towel designated for the toilet, clean the toilet from top to bottom. Start at the top with connections or pipes, working your way down to handles and wands, eventually cleaning and disinfecting the exterior toilet bowl all the way to the bottom, including any wall or floor mounted hardware. It's always important to continually flip and refold the microfiber towel to provide a clean wiping surface to each part of the toilet. Pay special attention to crevices, cracks, and connecting surfaces of the toilet to ensure all potential soil and pathogens have been removed. Once you finish cleaning the restroom, return all your tools back to the environmental services cart. It's now time to remove the consolidated trash and linen. These items should be placed in the appropriate area. This may include a trash or laundry chute or a soiled utility or soiled holding area. If you have any questions about this part of the cleaning process, please see your supervisor. Consolidated trash or linen should never be placed on the floor. Always clean and disinfect any item that's removed from the patient room prior to taking it back in the patient's room. As you continue with clean work, you will restock hand sanitizer, soap, paper towels, and toilet paper so that the patient has an ample supply. This gives us an opportunity to let our patient know that we have almost finished cleaning their room and restroom. Your patient may sometimes ask you for something that's outside your scope of service. Something as simple as a glass of water could potentially place your patient at risk. Always talk to the nurse or healthcare provider anytime the patient needs something that is outside your scope of service. This will show that you are caring and compassionate toward your patient. It's now time to wet mop the restroom. You will be using an orange microfiber mop in the restroom area. Another opportunity to narrate care by letting your patient know that you're using color-coded microfiber for their safety. Our orange microfiber mop is perfect for getting into small, tight spaces in a patient restroom. Remember, our microfiber is hygienically clean until it touches a soiled surface, so it's perfect for cleaning out tubs or shower pans or even hard-to-reach surfaces. Your mopping technique should include perimeter or pole mopping, which means you will mop the baseboards, corners, and edges, and then work your way to the center of the floor using a leading edge technique. This means the soil is always in front of your mop pad. Some spots on the floor may require additional agitation, such as using your foot for added pressure. Work your way to the threshold of the door. Anytime you mop a room, ensure any small debris stays inside the threshold of the room in which you are working. It's now time to mop the patient room. Use the larger blue microfiber mop pad for the patient room floor. Position patient furniture back where you found it. Everything should be within the patient's reach. This may help avoid slips, trips, or falls later in the day. Use a figure 8 or S-stroke leading edge motion to mop all the way back to the door and leave any debris or items you may have picked up along the way in the mopping process inside the threshold of the patient room door. Use an ergonomic method of removing the microfiber mopping pad. Return the soiled microfiber to the environmental services cart. It is important that we take the time to protect ourselves. Clean and disinfect any tools that were introduced into the patient room prior to placing them back on the environmental services cart. Cleaning tools, just like our patient care area, should be cleaned top to bottom. Take the time to make sure that you're not resoiling the handle by touching a clean area with a soiled glove. As we come to a conclusion, let the patient know everything that's been done before you leave the patient room. Always ask if there's anything that you may have missed. Our patient's perception of cleanliness may be different than what we feel like should have been done. Anytime your patient asks you to do something that is within the scope of your service, make sure that it is addressed promptly. Before you leave, set the stage for the next day. Let the patient know when you will be back and how to get in touch with you or the Environmental Services Department if they need anything before you return. During the course of the day, when cleaning occupied inpatient rooms, you may encounter isolation rooms. The next segment will demonstrate the CDC recommendations for donning and doffing personal protective equipment that will help protect you when entering an isolation room. If you have any questions about donning and doffing personal protective equipment, please ask your supervisor or local infection prevention and control professional. The type of PPE used will vary based on the level of precautions required, such as standard and contact, droplet or airborne infection isolation precautions. The procedure for putting on and removing PPE should be tailored to the specific type of PPE used. Number 1, the isolation gown. Fully cover the torso from neck to knees, arms to end of wrists, and wrap around the back. Fasten in the back of the neck and at the waist. Remember, these ties should be done in a bow, not a knot. Number 2, mask or respirator. Secure the ties or elastic bands at the middle of the head and neck. Fit flexible band to the nose bridge. Fit snug to face and below chin. Fit check the respirator prior to entering a patient area. Number 3, goggles or face shield. Place them over your face and eyes and adjust them to the appropriate fit. Number 4, gloves. Gloves should extend to cover the wrist of the isolation gown. Use safe work practices to protect yourself and limit the spread of contamination. Keep your hands away from your face. Limit the surfaces touched. Change gloves when torn or heavily contaminated, and perform hand hygiene. Next, we will discuss how to safely remove personal protective equipment or PPE. There are a variety of ways to safely remove PPE without contaminating your clothing, skin, or mucous membranes. If you have any questions about how to properly remove the PPE, please ask your supervisor or infection prevention and control professional. Remove PPE in the following sequence. Number 1, gloves. Outside gloves are contaminated. If your hands get contaminated during glove removal, immediately wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Using a gloved hand, grasp the palm area of the other gloved hand and peel off the first glove. Hold the removed gloves in the gloved hand. Slide the fingers of the ungloved hand under the remaining glove at the wrist and peel off the second glove over the first glove. Discard both gloves in a waste receptacle. Number 2, removing goggles or face shield. The outside of your goggles or face shield should be considered as contaminated. If your hands get contaminated during goggle or face shield removal, immediately wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Remove the goggles or face shield from the back by lifting the headband or earpieces. If the item is reusable, place in a designated receptacle for reprocessing. Otherwise, discard in a waste container. Number 3, removing the isolation gown. The gown front and sleeves are considered contaminated. If your hands get contaminated during gown removal, immediately wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Unfasten the gown ties, taking care that sleeves do not contact your body when reaching for the ties. Pull the gown away from the neck and shoulders, touching inside of the gown only. Turn the gown inside out. Fold or roll it into a bundle and place it in the appropriate container. Four, removing a mask or respirator. The front of the mask or respirator is considered contaminated. Do not touch. If your hands get contaminated during mask or respirator removal, immediately wash your hands or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Grasp bottom ties or elastics of the mask or respirator, then the ones at the top, and remove it without touching the front. Discard it in the appropriate container. Number 5, wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer immediately after removing all personal protective equipment. Wet your hands with clean running water, then remove your hands from the water stream and apply soap. Lather your hands by rubbing them together with soap. Be sure to scrub the backs of your hands between your fingers and underneath your fingernails. Scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds. Don't have a timer? Sing the happy birthday song from start to finish 2 times. Rinse your hands well under clean running water. Dry your hands using a clean paper towel. Keeping your hands clean is one of the ways to break the chain of infection and prevent the spread of pathogens. Thank you for your participation in today's video training series. Remember, we are environmental services and we help save lives.